Hi, my name is Thomas Cubby. I'm a Senior Sales Support Engineer at Sony Electronics, and I'm here to tell you about the PMW-F3. The F3 is in our Super 35 sensor family. This camera here features a 2.2 million pixel sensor, and that is one large sensor you can see right there. The mount that you see here is a very unique mount from Sony. It's called the FZ mount, and that mount is a very shallow flange distance from the sensor. So that allows us to use adapters to go to PL lenses like the one you see here. Of course, this adapter is included in the box. The adapter and lens also have an interface for Cook Eye and ARRI LDS lenses. So if we take a moment to put this back on here. So as we finish mounting the lens here, just keep in mind there are contacts for the intelligent lenses, and you should take care in not forcing the lens on the camera as to shear the pins. So as I mentioned a moment ago, because of this unique lens mount, you're also able to put adapters from third-party manufacturers to accommodate other lenses, allowing the use of both Canon, Nikon, and other third-party lenses. That's what makes this camera very unique. You're not pigeonholed into a specific type of lens. You're basically opened up to your DSLR type lenses, as well as, of course, the PL lenses, which in this environment is a much more efficient way of operating a camera. You have very precise focus points and exposure points. Let's move on to the other parts of the camera. See that there is built-in ND filters. There are 2 of them. And these filters, of course, will allow you to bring down the light level of your camera either in your outdoor environments where it's very bright, or indoors if you're trying to maximize the sensitivity of the camera and shoot wide open. Sometimes you may need to use an ND filter, and it's real nice to have those right at your fingertips as opposed to having to attach them to the lens every time. Now there's also a very nice LCD viewfinder here that allows us to get very nice focus control. We've got peaking and zebra buttons here. These are very useful tools when you're shooting. The peaking will give you a colored signal in the areas that are in focus, and of course the zebra is a fantastic exposure tool. There are, of course, many other assignable buttons. There's a total of 8. Some of these buttons can be assigned for screen markers, or one of the other features in the camera is a picture cache. So the picture cache allows you to capture video coming through the lens. There's a buffer, so to speak, that fills up constantly and allows you to shoot at a moment's notice. Let's say we're waiting for somebody to walk through that door at this very moment. I don't have to be rolling with the camera in order to capture that. I can literally wait till the person walks through, and as long as I hit the button, the record button, within that 13 to 15 second time frame, I'm going to be able to capture the image. Of course, the camera does have to be faced in the right direction. Another function of the camera is what's called slow and quick motion. So if I push and hold this wheel, I move into my slow and quick motion. You can see this wheel glows up in a blue color. So that doesn't mean our camera is as cold as the Rockies. It really just means that slow and quick is on. Okay, slow and quick being very similar to overcrank, undercrank. However, in the film world, overcrank and undercrank means that you can ramp. So this is not a ramping function, but it does give you the ability to shoot up to 60 frames per second in the slow motion, and as low as 1 frame per second. Of course, the camera also does interval frame recording as well, so I can capture a frame every couple of minutes, every couple of hours, even every couple of days. So you can produce some real creative video using the F3. Now, as far as the recording goes, the F3 records to S by S cards. There's a slot to accommodate 2 cards. This is a professional memory card used to handle the high data rates that professionals are using. It's a very robust card as well, and it does have data protection built in. So although you could use an adapter when you're recording 35 megabit video, you could use an adapter and use an SD card. The SD cards don't have the data recovery that an S/S card has. So if I accidentally lose power, or if I eject the card prematurely, well, I can put the card back in and the camera will recognize that the files are corrupt, and it will build the file structure back to its proper status, its proper state. So where the real power lies in this camera, though, is on the back. So although we can do an MPEG 35 megabit full 1920 1080 recording, this camera gives you the ability to get into much higher end productions. The 35 megabit video is a great recording codec. It allows you to do very long form recordings. It doesn't take a lot of space, so your storage is going to be minimal cost. But the power of the camera, again, lies in the outputs of the camera. And here's where we have S-Log that comes into play. So by connecting an external recorder, I can capture the camera's S-Log signal, which captures the entire 12.5 stops of dynamic range that this camera sensor provides. And I can do that using these connectors here in either a dual link or a 3G output. You can get S-Log in either a 422 or 444 color space, and again, dual link or the single link 3G. Now, while you're doing that, you may want to record or monitor video as to how you think it would look on set. So if you're dealing with a producer or a director and they want to see what the video is going to look like, they're not going to like the look of S-Log. It's a very flat, milky looking picture, but it's designed to be able to bring out the highlights in post. So you can apply what's called a LUT, a lookup table, and you can apply those to the card and to the monitor output to give yourself a sense of what the video is going to look like. Of course, you're not locked to that look, but it does help in the whole workflow process. So as you're doing your editing, you have a better sense of how the video is going to look. You can edit the lower proxy, we'll call it proxy because it's a much lower data rate than what would be coming out of the S-Log 10-bit. So at 35 megabit, I can do my offline. Then I take my S-Log, which is coming out again at 10-bit, either 422 or 444, to my external recorder. You can, of course, record to third-party devices or for the highest quality recording, the Sony SRR1, which is a file-based HDCAM SR. Picture profiles on the camera as well to allow yourself to give the camera different looks. A very easily accessible menu system, as well as status that you can check on the fly to make sure you're getting all your proper settings. And then, of course, audio. We cannot overlook audio. There is audio built right into the camera. It's 2 channels of uncompressed PCM audio. And, oh, look here, there's a zoom rocker. The zoom rocker is not going to, of course, control a prime lens, but Sony does have an 18-252 lens that this camera can control for those run and gun applications. So typically with a camera like this, if you're not able to get a zoom lens, then you're kind of locked into the types of productions you can be involved in. But because of this unique zoom rocker that's on the F3, I can now control, again, a optional 18-252 zoom lens. So this is the F3, PMW-F3. It's a fantastic camera. It's great in low light, low noise, in all levels of production. Again, use the internal recording for your basic productions. Use the external recording with S-Log 10-bit for those high-end productions. and you'll get a lot of great value from this camera. For more information about the PMW-F3, go to fullcompass.com or contact your Full Compass representative.